Peace, mercy, and, and blessings of Allah be upon you all, dear colleagues and students. I'm so sorry for being late. It's technical error as usual. We suffer from internet jam. Anyway, today we are discussing with Mr. Ahmed Al-Dasuqi, teacher of English for secondary stage, writing skills. Let's enjoy together, inshallah. Writing skills. Punctuation. Punctuation marks in English. Using punctuation aims to separate written sentences, parts of sentences, and to make their meaning clear. Let's start. Terminal punctuation at the end of sentences. Punctuations are very important. Full stop, or in American English, it's called the period, like this. The period. Full stop. It's placed at the end of declarative sentences, statements thought to be complete, and after many abbreviations. As a sentence ender or ending at the end of the sentence, Jane and Jack went to the market. Here, the period. It's so clear. After an abbreviation, they reached home at 6 p.m. p.m. post meridian in Latin. Her son, John Jr., abbreviation, was born on December, abbreviation, 6, 2008. Full stop. Look here at this. Mr., Mrs., USA, UK, without dots, without period. But here, Mr., Mrs., USA, UK. Oh, the difference here, without dots or without periods, it's British English. But with dots or periods, it's American English. Use a question mark. Use a question mark. It indicates a direct question when placed at the end of a sentence. When did Jane leave for the market? Question mark. In which country did coffee originate? Another question. I am good teacher, aren't I? Question mark. Question tag. The third one, for dots or periods or even full stop, the exclamation mark or point, exclamation point. It's so clear. It is used when a person wants to express a sudden outcry, oh no, or add emphasis. You have to respect others and within a dialogue. Okay? What a lovely view you have here. And it's also used for interjection. Oh no, stop, police. Wow, you look gorgeous. And to emphasize a point, my mother-in-law's shouts make me furious. Johnny, Johnny, don't touch that. So, we've discussed 3 endings for sentences. Full stop, the period, question mark, and exclamation mark or point. Let's go to another one. The comma. We have comma, C-O-M-M-A, and comma, C-O-M-A, comma, when someone at hospital and have nothing to say, bedridden. The comma is used to show separation of ideas or elements within the structure of a sentence. Additionally, it is used in numbers, dates, letter or email writing, and after the salutation or greetings and closing when you write an email. I wish you Merry Christmas, Peter. It's short stop. So when we speak, we pause. We have a short stop. And when you want to tell your reader that you stop for a while, so we use comma. Thanks for all your help, John. We went to the movies and then we went out to lunch. Susie wanted the black, green, and blue dress. How long her long, dark, glossy hair fascinated me. Having worked with the conjunctions, it's shortened from after, after she had worked, after Susan had worked. So we made it. Having worked for years in Italy, short pause, comma, Susan speaks excellent Italian. Unlike most nations, Britain has no written constitution. Adil has applied to join the army, and Ali is expected to do the same. Hand in your essay, not essay. Hand in your essay by Sunday, before Sunday, or else, threat, you will receive a mark of 0. Oh no. She was in love with me, but her father refused to marry her to me. Alas. Shakespeare, who is Shakespeare? Who, extra information, who wrote Hamlet, we can omit both commas. We can say Shakespeare was one of the greatest dramatists or playwrights. Or to give extra information, Shakespeare, who wrote Hamlet, to make your reader get to know. Fortunately, after adverbs at the beginning of sentences, we all succeeded in our exams. I hope you so. 1st January, short pause, 2019 was a distinguished day in my working life. She said, when you use direct speech, she said, after said, she said, I won't visit you tomorrow. With conjunctions in compound sentences, while I was sleeping, the cell phone rang. Sammy is a strong, healthy guy. We can say Sammy is a strong and healthy guy without comma. She is cheerful young lady without comma. I drank 3 big cups of coffee, no comma. Dear Mr. Ahmed in British, look, dear Mr. Ahmed, comma. But in American English, it's equal to Dear Mr. Ahmed, colon, using colon. So take care when you write your email. Let's go to one of the most important punctuation marks, the semicolon. The semicolon, it's like a dot, comma, and over it, dot. The semicolon is used to connect independent clauses. It shows a closer relationship between the clauses than a period would show. Period means full stop. You can say, John was hurt, sentence, full stop. He knew she only said it to upset him. But when we use semicolon, we get to integrate sentences, or you beautify your sentence. John was hurt, he knew she only said it to upset him without conjunction. If we omit or delete conjunction here, so no need to use conjunction, we use semicolon. Take care. Women's conversation is cooperative. Forget about while, we omit or delete while. Men's is competitive. He did his best at work, however, he was made redundant, means jobless. I am fond of sweets. My wife prefers snacks. But if we say, or if we write, I am fond of sweets, but my wife prefers snacks, we have to use then comma instead of semicolon. Take care. She was determined, not determined. She was determined to marry him. As a result, she agreed to live with him in a small flat if she was loyal. My mother is in bad need of surgery. Her leg aches. But if we say, my mother is in bad need of surgery because her leg aches, so we will use then comma, not semicolon. Take care. Call me tomorrow. You can give me an answer then. When I finish here, and I will soon, extra information, I'll be glad to help you, and this is promise I will keep. Money is the root of all evil. I don't, without conjunction, without because, and so on, I don't believe the reverse is necessarily true. Let's go to the colon, like Arabic, to give detailed information after generalization. A colon has three main uses. The first is after a word introducing a quotation, colon, an explanation, an example, or series. He was planning to study for subjects like politics, philosophy, sociology, and the last one, and economics. Several friends have provided me with inspiration, not inspiration, as it's famous. Inspire, inspiration. Respire, respiration. Adil, Yasser, and above all, Ahmed. When using dialogue, Rania, where have you been lately? Ahmed, answer, I paid a visit to my niece in the Netherlands. When you ask in the present perfect, the answer should be in past simple. Take care. It's 15:00 or it's 3 p.m. Look. The second is between independent clauses when the second explains the first, similar to a semicolon. So we can use semicolon sometimes instead of colon. Look here, I didn't have time to get changed, or semicolon. Equal. I didn't have time to get changed, colon or semicolon. I was already late. She was sure of one thing, which is she was not going to be a housewife. Or the same, she was sure of one thing, she was not going to be a housewife. The third use of a colon is for emphasis, assurance, I mean. There was one thing she loved more than any other, which is her dog. Her dog. A colon also has non-grammatical uses in time, ratio, business correspondence, and references. Among students of French, women outnumber men by more than 4-1, colon, 4-1. Let's go to dash. Look at the way we write dash. Dash and hyphen. The longest one, dash. We have got many dashes. A dash is used to separate words into statements. You are the friend. You are the friend, the only friend who offered to help me. You can use comma here and comma here instead of dashes. But dashes is much better. It attracts your reader's attention. There are two common types of dashes, in dash and m dash. You can say dash and so on. In dash is shorter than the longer dash, twice as long as hyphen. The end dash like this, that's used in writing or printing, indicate a range, connections, or differentiations. For example, 18, the year 1880 to 1945, or Tanta Cairo trains. The 2010-2011 season was our best yet. You will find this material in chapters 8 to 12. Our team won 22-19. The M dash is longer and it's more common. Longer than the N dash. The M dash, so look at the space or the size. Look above. So we always use dash, the longer one. M dash, longer than the N dash. The N dash can be used in place of a comma. Parenthesis. Parenthesis is brackets. Colon, to enhance, to assure readability or emphasize the conclusion of a sentence. She gave him her answer, which is no. It's better than comma. The Serbs want peace, or so they say. The question words who, comma here would be troublesome. Forget about comma. Dash, who, what, when, where, why, and how are used to retrieve information in English. You can say the question words are used to retrieve information in English. I talked to Mr. Tom, my son's math teacher. You can use here comma, comma. But it's better for emphasis. My son's math teacher at the game yesterday. So All that you need is to concentrate, to focus on the word you write. Let's go to the shortest one, shortest dash, hyphen. A hyphen is used to join two or more words together into compound term and is not separated by spaces, like this. For example, part-time, no space, back-to-back, well known. She gave him a good night kiss. She gave him a good night kiss. I mean her father. When you say, look at the difference in meaning. She gave him a good night kiss, good night dad. But the other one, she gave him a good night kiss. So the girl wanted a lot of money out of her father, so she gave him a longer kiss. Her son is 10 years. Look, 10 years here is noun, old. But here, she has a 10-year-old. We have got three words. 10-year-old, it's compound adjective for son, the noun. So 10-year-old, we don't say a 10 years old because this is an adjective. Adjectives can't be put in plural. I bought a little used car, second-hand car. My R is one of my lovely ex-students. Let's have a look at brackets. So easy. Brackets like this and this. Different shapes. Brackets are the squared of notation like this. We call it square, used for technical explanation or to clarify meaning, extra emphasis. If you remove the information in the brackets, the sentence will still make sense. So it gives extra information. Round brackets or parentheses in American. Parentheses is here. Parentheses. This pair of round brackets is used when a writer wants to add information to a sentence that will give greater detail to the information presented. Let's have a look. Tony Blair, most young students or people don't know who Tony Blair is, but Tony Blair is famous for the older ones. Tony Blair, who is who? The British Prime Minister, we can omit it, resigned from office in 2007. Please leave your mobile phone, telephone or telephones. Here you may have more than one telephone, especially at exam room, so you have to give it to the teacher. The WHO, World Health Organization, examines recent vaccines. Many people love parties. I don't. No need. The party was fantastic, as always. Let's go to square brackets or brackets. Look here, square brackets or brackets. You only use square brackets when it's absolutely necessary to help the reader understand the text. The witness said he. Who is he? So the policeman hit me. It's a good question. Just one question. We have got braces. It's sometimes rare, like this. This is called braces or curly brackets, like curly hair. Have extremely limited usage and are mostly used for math, computer programming, or music. An exception to this would be if a writer wanted to create a list of items that are all equal choices. For example, odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. and so on, blah, 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 blah. His behavior changed at critical ages like age 5, 11, 14, 20. Choose a color like red, white, blue, pink to paint the wall. Let's go to the apostrophe, not apostrophe, it's an apostrophe. Most people think that apostrophe is used just for possessive, like Ahmad's car. No, we have extra uses. An apostrophe is used to indicate the omission, deletion of a letter or letters from a word, as we will see. The possessive case, dog's tail, or the plurals of lowercase letters. Lowercase letters are small letters, not capital ones. I have seen, it's not possessive, it's contraction. I have seen the movie several times. We all know this. She wasn't the only one who knew the answer. Sarah's dog, oh, this is possessive, possession. Sarah's dog bit the neighbor. How many eyes? Letter eyes. How many eyes? It's written like this, not without apostrophe. It would be is. How many is? How many eyes are there in the word responsibility? We've got 4 eyes. I attended Munir and Sally's weddings. So it's one wedding. Munir got married to Sally. But here I attended Munir's and Sally's wedding. Two different weddings. So using punctuation marks is so important to convey, to send your message correctly. Let's go to the quotation marks, one of the easiest ones. Quotation marks are a pair of punctuation marks used primarily to mark the beginning and end of a passage attributed to another and repeated word for word. They are also used to indicate meanings and indicate the unusual or dubious status of a word. For example, don't go outside. Don't go outside, she said. Did you just take a selfie? Selfie by camera? Why? I asked. Don't you care? Why don't you care? We've got extra information. Single quotation, just one, like inverted commas, are used most frequently for quotes or quotation within quotes, inside quotation. I said to the teacher, look, two inverted commas, I saw Mark at the playground and he said to me, Bill, so inside just one. He answered, Bill started the fight, and I believed him. Then the end must be like this. The ellipsis, three dots, must be three dots, no less, no more. The ellipsis is most commonly represented by three periods, three dots. The ellipsis is used in writing or printing to indicate an omission, deletion, delete, especially of letters or words. Ellipses are frequently used within quotations to jump from one phrase to another, omitting unnecessary words that do not interfere with the meaning. For example, omission of words. She began to count 1, 2, 3, 4, no need to reach 10 until she got to 10, then went to find him. I know I saw my keys somewhere. Oh, I cannot believe you did that. I agree with you, but will happen if I shouted at him and called names. Within a quotation, when Newton stated an object at rest stays at rest, an object in motion stays in motion, he developed the law of motion. After school, I went to her house, and we had something to eat, something to drink, and we chatted together, and then came home. So easy, isn't it? Let's go to the last one in punctuation marks, and we are going to have something necessary. Slash or stroke, slash, like this, not the opposite. Use slashes to separate parts of internet web addresses and file names of some computer programs. For example, we call it forward, like this, slashes or slashes. Forward slashes serve many purposes in writing. They are commonly used to separate words, lines of poetry, dates, abbreviations, and fractions in math, like network, HTTPS slash, 2/3 in math. 11 means November 16, blah blah, November 16, 2012. Each child will take his or her, you can say his or her, science project home tonight. The speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour. So here is or her, here per hour. Soviet and US relations were tense, under tension throughout the 1960s. When plural, we don't put apostrophe. 1960s, 61, 62, etc. The Dubai Abu Dhabi Qatar flight has arrived. We have finished punctuation marks. As we said before, full stop at the end of a sentence, exclamation mark, imagine, exclamation mark for interjection, for shouting, for surprise, and question mark for question sure. And we used comma when we use conjunction like after, before, and so on when you have a series, and we used semicolon when we use two sentences together without conjunctions. It's a way to beautify your writing, to attract your reader as well as your listener when you speak. And we used colon for explanation, for extra information, like we used also brackets to give extra information and slashes and so on. Let's have something necessary, capitalization. Exclamation, use capital letters. Forget about exclamation. No need to this word. Use capital letters to start a sentence. Languages, days of the week, days of, just one F. Months and names of countries, your name beginning of quotation. Let's have a look at the beginning of sentence. Learn, capital letter, learn the names of countries. Languages, so easy. Malak speaks English, French, and German. Languages. Days of the week, I love Mondays. Months, Emma's birthday is in March, capital. Countries, it's hot in China. Name, my name is Ahmed. Quotations, what's your favorite subject? Hope you enjoyed. Let's practice. Let's have some brainstorming. Which cannot come at the end of a sentence? Which cannot? Students, dear students, you have to read the stem. We call the sentence given stem. Stem sentence. When you read it carefully, it will be easy. It will be easy when you write. Stem. Stem sentence. Which cannot. If you don't take care of the word you read, cannot, not can. Which cannot come at the end of sentence. Period. Comes. A question mark comes. Exclamation mark comes. All those come at the end of sentence. So it's backslash. It's like this. Which can be used to express strong feelings in written English. Strong feeling, exclamation mark, quotation mark, backslash, it's not punctuation mark, full stop. So strong feelings must be an exclamation mark. I can hear your answer. Quotation marks are put the words given. This is quotation marks. If I can draw quotation marks like this. So yes, before and after the words being used or quoted. In British English, we call this round brackets, but in American English, they are often called round braces, square brackets, parentheses, semicolon, parentheses, brackets, which may be put before a list, quotation, direct speech, so clear, or an explanation to introduce it, a hyphen, a colon, semicolon, parentheses. Yes, it's colon, like this, which can be used instead of full stop or period to separate two closely connected sentences. Instead of period, so we use semicolon, comma, quotation marks. It's either semicolon or comma, but it's to separate two closely connected sentences, and it is used instead of full stop. Instead of full stop, it must be semicolon, my dear students. An exclamation mark is usually used after an exclamation or description, exclamation mark, proposition, interjection, quotation. Sure, it's interjection. Wow. Tom loves cooking his pets and his friends. The one who reads carefully will laugh. Tom loves cooking his pets, his dogs and rabbits, and his friends. Oh no. The writer meant to list 3 things Tom loves, but he forgot to put colon after loves, a comma after cooking, a dash after pets, a semicolon before loves. Take care. Tom loves cooking his pets and his friends. So the answer is here. Loves cooking, comma, his pets and his friends. Funny, isn't it? Michael was highly talented musician. What do we call punctuation highly talented here? The smallest dash is called sure hyphen. What could the sentence? He smiled and said, "Hi, how are you?" Use after the word said. After the word said, we use colon or semicolon, colon or comma or semicolon, and apostrophe. Sure, the answer is we look for comma, because after said we say comma. So the only one is here, B or C. But comma, semicolon, no, semicolon is not used after said. So it's colon, and comma. Sure. Which includes an apostrophe indicating the possessive form. Look carefully. Possessive, something you own. Our dog's hungry. Our dog is hungry. No. Ahmed's got his dinner. Ahmed has got. No, possessive. Our dog is hungry. It's wrong. Our dogs are hungry. Or our dog's hunger. Ahmed's dinner. Oh, here, possessive. Ahmed's dinner is ready. This is the right one. Select the correct option from sentences given below. That was an exciting trip, exclaimed Dina. That was an exciting trick, exclaimed Dina. The same. Which is which? Which is the correct one? Just one. Look carefully, then answer. Hurry up, my dear students. Quotation mark must be both at the beginning and at the end of the sentence. So the only one is B. That, quotation marks, here. That was an exciting trip, exclaimed Dina. Put in apostrophe wherever needed. Dickens' father was my father's best friend, but they don't even talk these days. It's either Dickens, fathers, don't, or all the above. Or are correct? Yes, or are correct. If you read it carefully, Dickens, you can Dickens or you can add S. Both are right. Dickens' father was my father's best friend, but they don't, and so on. Which of these is used to separate short coordinate clauses of compound? When you see compound sentence, don't think it's comma. Sure, compound. Before I met you, I had done a lot of jobs. Which sentence is punctuated correctly? The paper, scissors, and pencils belong in the top drawer. The same sentence but different, or three wrong ones. The paper, scissors, the paper, scissors, and pencils. The paper, scissors, and pencils. Yes, C. To the correct statement. The industrial age saw a rise in the use of machinery. Industrial age is a period of time and event. Industrial age must be capitalized. Industrial and age. So the answer is C, sure. All of the people at the school, including the teachers, and were glad when summer break came, summer vacation or holiday. Students, which is which? Which is correct? Oh, we have got here including preceded by comma, and this is non-defining clause, so there must be comma. So here the answer is students, B. To the correct statement, I met a beautiful European woman. The same woman, so there is no need to use comma. I met a beautiful, it's European woman. A beautiful woman, beautiful European woman. Which sentence is capitalized correctly? So easy. Sally moved from Ellington, Missouri to Kansas City, Kansas, in the United States of America, Kansas City. So it can be city, the most well-known one. Okay. So it's all got Sally Here wrong, B. Sally, D, wrong. It's either C or A, so it must be A. Choose the correct sentence that uses comma correctly. When I get older, so we have a conjunction. When I get older, I will be able to drive. So if you concentrate on the sentences you read, you'll get it easy. So the first one is the answer. Find the sentence that has no capitalization errors. The only correct one. Julius Caesar must be capital. Ruled the Roman must be capital. Empire capital. So it's C. So easy. Where should a semicolon be placed in the following sentence? Where can we put the semicolon? Russia was happy. Finally, she was the team's captain. If you read correctly, you write much better. After finally, before of, after happy, before happy. Russia was happy, so after happy. So, which sentence is written correctly? Hurricanes usually have names. No need to use capital. Hurricane Matthew hit Florida. Florida must be capitalized. Hurricanes are dangerous storm. No need to capitalize. So the last one, hurricane season lasts until November. Must be capital letter November. And hurricane at the beginning of the sentence. Which sentence is written correctly? I know that the exercise is brainstorming. I mean it. Which sentence is written correctly? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Asked Mom. We got to know we've got 2 punctuation marks. But C, no. D, no. Hey, what? It's a question. So the only question is either A or C. Hey, so no need to use question mark here. So the answer A. Got it? Which sentence is written correctly? Have you ever traveled to Japan? Mrs. Menna lived in Germany for 3 years. Menna, small, wrong. She also visited Paris. Paris must be capital letter. France, oh, wrong. Mrs. Menna, again, wrong. So the only one which is correct is, have you ever traveled to Japan? Which sentence is not punctuated correctly? So we have got 3 correct ones. My car broke down. I need to buy new one. My car broke down, so I need. So before conjunction we use comma. It's correct. And here correct. My car broke down, therefore I need to buy new one. My car broke down. We don't use before conjunction semicolon. So the wrong one, which is the correct choice, is D. Which of the following has the perfect punctuation? Where do you live, Ahmed? 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 So easy, D. No need to take more time. Munir, open your mouth. How come we use capital? No capitalization. Munir, open your mouth. No need to use capital here and here. So Munir, short stop, open your mouth. Come on. Murad, open your mouth. Murad, open your mouth. Murad, open your mouth. Murad. So we must use capital letter at the beginning. So wrong. Open your mouth, short pause. This is the answer. Which of the following has a perfect punctuation? What? Wrong. Small letter. What you must be joking? What? You must be joking? What? You must be joking? Sure, the answer is C. What? You must be joking. In which of the following sentences does the speaker ask someone to help Mr. Ahmed? Can you help, Mr. Ahmed? Can you help? No question. No question mark. Wrong. Can you help Mr. Ahmed? Can you help Mr. Ahmed? Can you help Mr. Ahmed? Wrong here. So it's either, can you help Mr. Ahmed? Can you help Mr. Ahmed? See, you ask Mr. Ahmed to help you, but here we look for help for Mr. Ahmed. Can you help Mr. Ahmed? Can you help? Can you take part in helping Mr. Ahmed? Which of the following is perfectly punctuated? I know that Queen Elizabeth was crowned in 1952. Queen must be capital. It's like this. was crowned in, I know that queen, I know that queen. No need to use comma here, so the answer is C. Suspect or convict to the judge. The judge answered or replied, in 2021, February was the only 28 days, not 29 days, as you said. So he said, I left the country on February 29th, 2021. I left the country on 29th February 2021. A and B. I left country on February, wrong, must be capital letter, February. So the answer is A and B. Both are correct. In which of the following sentences does the speaker want to keep the listener in suspense? I'll give you the money you need if only if. I'll give you the money you need only if. I'll give you the money you need only if. I'll give you the money if you tell me the truth. So the suspense must be used for dots, which we call ellipses. Can you remember? Ellipses is short for curriculum vitae or vitae. Sure, CV. All students know it. Thanks God. This is Ahmad's villa. Which is which? Which is the correct? Ahmad's, just one Ahmad. This is villa. This villa belongs to the family. The Ahmads, no need to use possessive. Ahmads, or the Ahmad family. You can say to the Ahmads or the Ahmad family, not the Ahmad's family. I can't read handwriting. Inas, Inas's, Inas. So you names or nouns ending in S can be this, like this, when we use possessive, or this. Inas, Inas's. So the answer A and C. The television became popular in Egypt in the 1960s. No need to use punctuation mark when you use plural with years. I asked my little daughter to rewrite all the letter R's. All the R's. Oh, here, to be clear, R's. I asked Russia to clean rooms. They hadn't been cleaned for 2 days. Murad's and Munir's. How many Murads? Wrong. Murad and Munir's, 1 room. Murad's and Munir's, 2 rooms. Murad's and Munir's, many Munir's? No. So it's either Murad and Munir's if it were 1 room, but we have got the word they for rooms, so it must be Murad's room and Munir's room. Would you do the shopping for me, Omar? So you are speaking to Omar. So we use comma before someone you call. Would you do the shopping for me? Would you, Omar? We can omit Omar, so no need. Would you can say, would you do the shopping for me? So extra information, no need. We use comma before and comma after. So we have done, I mean quickly, it's brainstorming session 43. And I hope you will read it again when it's recorded, inshallah. Wishing you best of luck, presented by Ahmed Al-Dasuqi, teacher of English for secondary stage, Alexandria Governorate, Mid-Zone Directorate, under supervision of Mrs. Omaima Abdelmouati, Inspector General of the English Language in Alexandria, and Mr. Ahmed Fahmi, Mid-Zone Senior Supervisor. Thank you all for your patience and listening to my session. I did my best to facilitate something which is so important, writing skills, and it's called punctuation marks. Many students don't care about punctuation, so they don't attract the reader while writing an essay at the end of the year. Inshallah, everything will be much easier than before. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you all listeners. Goodbye for next meeting. Thank you.